And then, upon closer inspection, it seemed like a story began to unfold before me. People were fleeing across the desert with 2 horses each, sometimes 4 or 5. Vast tracts of land suddenly sprung up in the middle of the country, populated by a strange breed of rodent eager to feast on whatever vegetation they could find. Anyone, anywhere with any sense at all, stocked up on umbrellas, car tires, fresh fruits and veggies, intergalactic satellites, iPhone 6s and 7s, hand-rolled cigars, pan-Atlantic trade agreements. Boats just full of the stuff teemed about the ports. There was a hubbub of activity anywhere any of this stuff was to be found. Jared had a meaningful conversation with Jim. Christopher talked to John. Lindsay came away from her conversation with Loretta more frustrated than before, and Craig talked to himself. They said a lot of meaningful things about taking a trip to the stock market or what goes well with jeans. Marked comments were made about the harmful effects of the ozone layer on our eyes, and Loretta just would not listen to reason about the dangers of slouching. Hand-picked grapes were passed around in a clockwise fashion. No books were discussed at this meeting, but everyone was happy regardless, and maybe the discussion of books would be done forthwith anyways because everyone was just pretending to read them. Hats were tipped, slippers were slipped on and off, the veranda was looking particularly sunny today, and the gazebo was just too far of a walk. So we'll sit here today. We cleaned up a small mess on the outdoor counter where the punch bowl had been sitting, condensating in the warm afternoon sun, when we realized all our hearts had fused together as one. As you might expect, this came as a bit of a shock to us, as some of us were planning on going to the movies later, while others fully had expected to stay home and take a nap. Instead, the government immediately put us to work brokering arms deals, chasing down dangerous fugitives with our bare hands, pouring macchiatos, and pushing various bills through Congress. Life was crazy. The days were long and sharp and pointy, and many people died by them. Hundreds of oceans dried up. Rivers reversed their directions. Stars lurched in the sky as constellations fought tooth and nail for ad space. And there I was, all on my own, just a man caught up in the middle of it all. I was wearing 4 watches on each arm, each one set to a different time zone. I found comfort in the reliability of meteor showers, forecasted far ahead of time, and seeing faces in the gnarled bark of the old trees in the park where I used to go walking, just to catch a few fleeting gasps of unfiltered air. And I liked it there in that park, and almost every time I saw the same dog being walked by the same person, and I would wave at the dog, and the dog would wave back and ask me how my day was going, and unfortunately, I never had a very good answer, but I think now if I could ever go back, I might finally have something a little less downtrodden and resentful to say about the state of things in general. What with all the Arctic dust storms, inky seepages here and there, you hear about the occasional lost chairman of the board roaming down longer hallways than they can chew, and then the even longer hallways being carpeted with not near enough carpet. And when you see travesties like that, you know we really just need more carpet. We need more eye patches. We need more cork boards covered in creepy clippings, more stainless steel dental appliances sitting around. We need new ancient traditions and rites up on some mountain tops and perfect forest clearings where little brooks glimmer at the rocks where I used to catch crawdads. Or did I call them crayfish? And that one time I wrapped a bunch of fishing line too tightly around my wrist and I got really scared for a minute or two. We need more bathrooms in schools. We need more cracks in sidewalks. We need more lamps on lampposts and signs in storefronts. All I know is that things really can start looking up again. If you can wave to that girl, then surely I can wave to that dog again, and together we can all work on dodging taxes, on dodging cars, and winding our watches with other smaller wrist watches to create a world with a bright, shiny chromium future where they'll stop selling sunglasses and just make a great tinted Dyson sphere that will solve all our problems, and then we can just sit back and watch YouTube videos forever and ever. Amen.